Hey everybody, Michael Gebben here, and I'm super excited to be with you on another Rockin' Wednesday. And I am extra fired up today. I'm going to talk about how to find your passion. And a few weeks ago I did a video about what should you do with your life. You can click there and watch this video about what you should do with your life, which kind of ties into this, but this one's kind of extra special. And I've got something to tell you here in the beginning that I actually just less than 24 hours ago wasn't going to even say anything in my YouTube video. But as my shirt says, anything is possible, and something happened today of which I'm going to tell you about that ties into my topic of today's video and something pretty special that I'm going to be doing. And so what I want to tell you about is an event that originally I was mainly announcing to just my jump starters. And it was kind of going to be a really small thing, maybe 10 or 15 people, and I announced it and gobbled up the spots really quick. And then I had some people saying, I really still want in. So I decided we'd open it up a little bit more, and I ended up sending it to my email list. When I sent it to the email list, I had somebody fill out the form today saying that they were interested. And it was the man, the myth, the legend, what I call the gift whisperer, Steve Sisler. And Steve has become a good friend of mine, but when he filled it out, I was like, oh my gosh, really? He's interested in coming? This guy truly changed my life. Gave me so much clarity, so much vision. Really, I knew my passion, but he really brought it to fruition last year when I met him at an event called Mastermind Talks, and then we got to do some sessions together after that. And what Steve does, I mean, he gets paid upwards of $10,000 to $20,000 to come into corporations and speak, but also, businesses, all sorts of people pay him to, take a disc profile test for maybe a new employee. And then he'll be able to read this and tell them whether or not the person will be a good fit. So it saves the business hundreds of thousands of dollars from hiring somebody that's not a right fit. And when I did the call, he analyzed my disc profile test, and it was crazy because for me, it was like this guy knew me my whole life. And if you don't know what a disc profile test or assessment is, you take this test and it basically gives you all these charts, all these readings about who you are, what you should do, this, that, and the other thing. And quite frankly, I don't fully even understand it when I read it and get this printout, right? And some of you may or may not have done that. But when Steve reads this thing, I swear it's like I said, he's known you his whole life. He told me of things why I've had relationship problems, why I've had problems with business partners, why I've had, all sorts of different problems, but how I could fix them in the future. And so now it's like, boom, I'm on fire. So I had this call last year, and within a month or so is when I launched Jump Starters. So then I had Jump Starters going, and I had Steve on, and he analyzed this profile test live on one of the calls, and people loved it. Still one of the most popular calls to date. Well, the cool thing back to the event is that Steve has now agreed to come to the event. And so this event I'm going to hold is probably going to be between about 30 to 50 people now. 50 people more than likely max, and it is already filling up very, very, very quickly. But he's agreed to come, give everybody a free disc profile assessment. So that has enormous value in of itself because that usually costs money. And then on top of that, he's going to do a presentation kind of anonymously going through some of the different readings. And then we're also going to do some live hot seats on the spot. And then he'll be there all day as well, answering questions. So when it comes to how do you find your passion, although I have things to say about it, this guy is the man. And I am so fired up that he's agreed to come to the event. Like I said, at first it was just going to be this little bitty small thing, and now I opened up a little bit more, and then he said he was going to come, and I cannot help but make sure that you guys know about this. I have a link below, whether you're on mobile, whether you're on my website, wherever you are, there's a link below this. You click the link and you put your name, phone number, and email in. Because I still have some details that I'm working out, this is kind of last minute, and it just happened today that this all worked out to record the video. But I know you'll have questions about flights and certain things before you'd be able to commit. I don't have a crazy sales page or anything else. So click the link, name, phone number, email. That is not committing you or anything to 100% coming. We'll just be in touch with more details within 24 hours. If you watch this on Wednesday, I'll be back to you messaging and stuff that day. So whatever day it is that you're watching. But click that, fill that out. You'll also get access to, if you're not a Jumpstarters member, I'm going to send you the link to that call that he analyzed my disc profile test live. So I don't want to go into massive detail. All I can say is it's going to be a long, intense day with a room filled of passionate, like-minded, full of energy, action taker, awesome people. And if that sounds like you and you're, kind of struggling or stuck, you're going to get some massive clarity that day. I can promise you with every bone in my body. I mean, if I could only fully show my emotion of how awesome this is going to be and how much this guy has changed my life. I mean, the videos I have here, all this stuff are somewhat a byproduct of this man as well. And then of course I'll be doing stuff, it'll be kind of workshop, boot camp style thing, but it's going to be a long, intense day on Saturday, April 11th. So Saturday, April 11th is the day, one day, full blown, I mean literally 8 to 9-ish to 8 to 9, 10 o'clock at night that day. It's going to be a long, intense day. But if, like I said, if you love these videos and everything else, just imagine that on steroids. So we're going to have a blast. But like I said, I'm not going to go into any other major details right now. Just click the link below, whether you're on mobile, whether you're on desktop, whether you're on my website, wherever you're at. Click the link below, fill out your name, phone number, and email. You're not going to be charged anything then. There's no commitment, nothing. We'll get you more of the details, make sure it's all going to be right fit. And they're going to go quick, though. They're already more or less half of the seats are already gone. And then also, if you have any issues filling it out, Keith, yes, how you think it's spelled, Keith at jumpstarters.net. I'll have it up here on the screen as well. Keith at jumpstarters.net. You can send her an email and she'll get back as well. So one of those two ways, get in touch if you're interested, and let's get this locked and loaded. So that's it for right now with that. So Saturday, April 11th. How to find your passion? For me, like I said, I did that other video, but one of the big things that I found that kind of ties in as well is there's these things that we're kind of naturally gifted at. That doesn't mean that we're great at it immediately, but there's just things that come naturally. Like for me now, an evolution of time, you wouldn't have believed in high school that I'd be doing videos like this, but things evolved. And as things have evolved, so have, well, how do I say this? So things have evolved, but what I mean is in the sense of, one, you never thought I'd do this. Then I did it. The first thing I ever did, I spoke to a senior class when I would have been a freshman and I wasn't even in college, and I spoke about my business. And that was the first time that I ever did anything like this, but it was something I was passionate about. Therefore, what was I passionate about? I was just passionate about my business. So I knew what to talk about that. That was it. And I find when we're in school or we're doing certain things and we have whatever and we have to give a presentation on something we're not excited about, we're not enthusiastic about, we don't like, we don't feel smart about, then what happens is we're scared to death and our heart pounds out of our chest and we can't do it. But I found that was the first little step of like, before that I could never do it because I always found that things I wasn't passionate about, excited about. But then what happened is that happened. Well, I kept doing my video production through that until 2012, and I made this shift and wanted to start transitioning this. Still did video, but it kept shifting. And then I was able to get in front of this camera, and I started doing that. And you guys have seen, this September will be 2 full years that I've been doing these videos once a week. And so for me, though, the big thing that I found that in finding your passion, there's something that starts to become natural, and there's things that you resist. For me, the things that I resisted but kept being told that I needed to do, but I didn't want to do it, said I wasn't good at it, didn't like it, yada, 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 I sucked at it. And one of those things is systems, taking all my knowledge and being able to package it up into an A to Z formula step by step. That's part of why I'm holding this event, because this was meant to be a small group that I wanted to test some of my new stuff on, taking things A to Z. Because what I learned from somebody recently, it's like, I give you all the digits to my cell phone number, but I give them to you out of order. Now, some of you might be able to crack the code and figure it out, but some of you might dial it 1,000 times and still never get through. Now, I've given you everything that you need, but I've given it to you out of sequence, out of order. Kind of like the lottery, right? You can have all the numbers, you have the right numbers, but they're not in the right order, you lose, right? So for me, forever I've been doing these videos, inspiring people, talking, energetic. I mean, I tell people all the time, people have come in uninspired, unmotivated, potentially unhappy, depressed, etc., 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 when maybe they've been involved in Jumpstarters, or they've met me in person, or they have watched these videos, like you watch these videos. But what happens is, you come in unmotivated, uninspired, maybe unhappy, and then on the other side, you come inspired, motivated, and really happy and energetic, but you're still lost because there isn't that roadmap. You're getting things out of sequence. You're hearing one thing and then you're doing it, but you're not connecting this. So although you kind of take the energy from me and you get excited, and that is helping some of you, absolutely. But for me, I did like almost 70 phone calls in the last month and a half. Some of you heard me say that. And through that, I just saw this theme over and over and over again. I've been doing all these Jumpstarter calls over and over again. I found this theme. And so by going through this process hardcore, not having all the answers, with my passion of inspiring, and I knew before people said, well, Gebbs, you need to package this stuff up. You need to put a system together, put a course together, put a training. I resisted. I said, I can't do that. I just can't do it. I suck at it. Putting things A to Z, step by step, my mind doesn't work that way. But I did try to do that stuff and resisted and said, I'm not good at this. I don't want to do it. But I got to do it. And I just fall flat on my face. But I knew I could do what I'm doing right now. So I did it. And then I did it really hardcore when I did all the phone calls. And guess what? That opened my mind up to go, for me to have a greater impact, what do I need to do? I gotta package up my information. Otherwise, I'm leaving people without the roadmap, and it's not about boxing people in, but there's still a sequence sometimes to do things. And I've had things in my life, and I'm trying so hard to take all my stuff now, but guess what? I'm not doing it alone. I got a girl right now who's like the A to Z queen, course creation, step-by-step person who takes all my craziness running around in my mind. I mean, I gave her a list of titles of things. I almost gave her 100 titles, almost 100 problems, but they were all out of order still, right? And so she's taking that and we're working to sequence it, put it in order. What are the things that I've done to achieve the levels of success that I've achieved? And for me, that's going from, Steve, if you joked, the small podunk little town that I live in, that I still live in, that I've been able to go from, literally doing little funeral slideshows, living in my parents' basement, to still living in this same town, about 30,000 people in the town I'm in, and I have been able to travel all over the world. I just was in Germany last year speaking. I've been to Fiji. I've been to Sir Richard Branson's island 3 different times. I've shot with Tony Robbins. I've shot with all sorts of people. Tim Ferriss, people that I really look up to. Some of you may not know. I always mention this one. Some of you may have heard it. I've even been able to get my girlfriend and I, even my brother, to meet the actors of the TV show Supernatural. Right? I've shot weddings all over the United States. I've done tons of incredible things that when I started, anything was possible was like dance recitals and, freaking Pentecostal church services with barbed wire where I thought I was going to die. Like I filmed anything that walked or crawled, but now I've been able to find these principles and I've been able to take them and essentially apply it to all sorts of different things in my life to take me from speaking and coaching and training and video and weddings and commercial work. And I've been able to apply these same things throughout and get awesome results. I've been able to help other people, but now I'm getting it funneled down so I can make an even greater impact. Because if it's out of order, if it's out of sequence, it's hard to get people the massive transformation and results that I really want to provide. So now that I'm not resisting it anymore, I'm taking my natural gift of gab and inspiration and motivation and energy, and I'm taking that and transferring that over to be able to now make an even greater impact by putting something together. It's taking the formulas, the systems, the things that I've done, and that I didn't have them as formulas or systems or anything, but distilling it down. What's that sequence of things that I've done over and over and over again to get massive results in my life? So, all that being said, this sequence, this formula, these systems, I'm going to be releasing a chunk of that to this small group initially on April 11th, kind of the tester. It's going to be amazing. We're also going to have it, the ability, we're going to have my web person there. I'm getting a photographer there. So if you need help with your websites, if you need some headshots, it's going to be awesome. I am just excited to be able to over-deliver. And my motto, you know, with jump starters and what I want for people is this idea of like a car dead on the side of the road. The truth of the matter is, more than likely the car, you know, if it's dead for the reason I'm going to say, which is the battery. You know, the lights were left on and the battery died. So now this car, inside and out, is great. Just like you. Inside and out is ultimately great. But somebody else like me comes along, plugs in the jumper cables, boosts you up, and takes you on your way, and you're rocking and rolling, right? You don't stay tethered, and that's what it's about for me, being able to give you guys this boost, the right energy, so that you can go on and not have to be tethered. You know, you have everything that you need in your life. You just need that blueprint. You just need those steps. You just need that clarity. When you get that clarity, boom, you can accelerate at 100 miles an hour, and that's what I've found in my life. But I've not only had these things and now I have to find it for myself, but I've had people like Steve Sisler and other amazing people in my life who have helped give me that clarity to accelerate at 1,000 miles an hour so I can get amazing results. So finally, again, I appreciate you guys so much. So how to find your passion? Well, I've given you steps today. I've given you the video that was at the beginning that you can click on, but also I would love to meet you in person. So like you heard at the beginning, click the link below or email Keith@jumpstarters.net. It's on the screen here again, but click the link below, whether you're on whatever platform you're watching this from, click it, name, email, phone number. And after that, you'll get access to my call I did with him where he analyzes my disc profile live. And on top of that, we'll be in touch very shortly to get you a little bit more details. Like I said, that form is not 100% commitment because I want to make sure I give you some more details to make sure you're all good to go with hotels and all that. I don't want to go into all that right now. I don't have a long sales page, but most people have already committed. I don't know when you'll be watching this, but I always say the worst thing that's going to happen is you get a no, and you get a no when you don't ask. But when you don't ask, nothing good can happen, but when you ask, at least there's the opportunity for something good to happen. So fill out the form, regardless of when you're watching this, and just see if there's still spots. Because I know this will be a life-changing experience for you. And Saturday, April 11th, it's going to be awesome. This is a little tester group, and I'm excited. I don't know how many more of these or anything else I'll do in the future. So if you're on the fence, fill out the form. Super simple. We'll be in touch. We'll rock it out, and we'll go from there. So appreciate you guys so much. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. We do a new video each and every single Wednesday. Always rocking out. Give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and a big hell yes for you rocking out your life and knowing that truly anything is possible, my friends. Thank you so much, and I will see you next Wednesday. And hope to see some of you in person coming up real soon. Rock and roll. All right, right here, same thing, video from last week. Boom, you can subscribe. And another little tidbit. What do we got here? What do we got here this week? God, what do I want to say that people don't know? You know, I actually worked at Jimmy John's. I had a paper out. I had a candy machine business in high school. The paper out I started when I was 10 years old and had that for 8 years. That's all I'm going to say for now. Fill out that form. Hope to see you live in April. Rock and roll. Talk to you soon.